facing now, and at the same time, how the medium small scale enterprises can rebuild their businesses. And in rebuilding their businesses, how government intervention is helping to them. Because there is a lot of change in approach of the government, which is observed in the recent time period in terms of their economic model. Okay, so let me present the screen here. Yeah. Uh, so here I think on your screen is content is visible, participants. Is the screen is visible to everyone? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. So, economic change management and MSMEs in India with government support. So, let us start with a very positive note on the present scenario in the country. That since last 4 months, we were so burdened enough that daily the cases, new cases, are observed to be increasing. And after 2 months of lockdown, when the government started stage-wise relaxing the restrictions on our economic activities, we observe that there is a steep increase in the total number of cases. Of course, it can be associated with the human interaction in all these days, which caused this spread. And one should not forget that one of the important factors that once that COVID being affected to a person, it will be identifiable after 7 days to 14 days time. So whatever the data we see is cumulative data which we see is about like might be those population infected for a few weeks back, and now they have been identified. So it is added to the total number. And like when we are observing the statistics of COVID also, it is shown always that now 6 lakh cases are observed in India. Then we start hearing about what happens to the economy, how the economy will run, whether the government will go for again lockdown. There are a lot of rumors around. But when we see the internal statistical behavior of the COVID, is that almost like 74% of the infected population got recovered already. So when we see the 6 lakh figure, it is the overall number. But when the positive side of that number is that 74% of the total infected population got already recovered or discharged or migrated from this disease. So, like out of so we have a recovered, the remaining active cases were only 25% or 24.45% only. So this is out of 6 lakh cases. So almost like you have uh, the figure is given here on the green side, the majority part 73.64%. So this is a positive note. Like there are positive economic changes are going to come because of this cured population. Now, overall, globally also, even at a national level also, what people are thinking about the present scenario. So these factors are divided into economic, societal, technical, geopolitical, and environmental concerns. Out of these, largely the economic, technical, and geopolitical societal concerns are major part. And if you see the here the uh, graph infographic, so it is showing that the major fear across the world is that prolonged recession of the global economy. We have experienced the 2008 recession period, and many of the European nations, of the so-called developed nations, had a below 3% growth rates in their economies. So it is the second major setback which has come up with the present COVID scenario. So everyone is fearing about the prolonged recession in the economy. Then the second major concern is high level of structural unemployment, very specifically young population who are getting unemployed because of the uh, sudden structural breaks. Now, 2008, American economy followed is one of the structural breaks. Second, after that time is today the COVID period is another structural break. Structural break means why? It is a large segment of the economy is affected and many people lose their livelihood. Now, one of the important point one should understand that many of the nations were trying to be industrialized economies, and because of such present, pandemic condition, the demand for industrial goods reduces suddenly. So that will affect on the job market also. So largely the unemployment which is created here is structural unemployment. So even we are observing even within India also that unemployment rate is growing because of the pandemic condition, and largely it is observed under unorganized sector. Okay, where they are not coming under the they are coming under the private sector market. And then very important one, the future fear that there will be another kind of pandemic scenario take up. 40% of the global population is thinking about it. Thus, and always there are news also we are listening that in China there are another two different viruses have been identified, and they may affect the world markets also. Okay, then the geopolitical factor, which is important in terms of the job markets, tighter restrictions on the cross-border movement of people and goods. Now, every country population who are migrating in search of better job opportunities are coming back to their own countries, and every country is putting restrictions on the movement of air traffic. Okay, though they have opened, it is in a very limited number. They are being allowed so that the stagnant people who were moving across the world for their business or operations, they are being brought back. So now we are seeing that every country is following inward-looking approach. How to secure domestic markets is a major concern for the every nation. So large countries like India and America is more moving towards that. We are observing that in U.S. elections, this matter is becoming very crucial. That Trump government is putting restrictions on the H-1B visas, and the Democrats who are now upcoming elections, they want to ease the restrictions on the H-1B visas. Now, what is its importance? It increases the Asian and South Asian workforce to go visit US and gain better employment opportunities. So, of course, that will create forex to the country. Okay. So, tighter restrictions are being implemented, whether it is a small nation or a big nation, whether it is a global power or it is a developing small nation. Everywhere restrictions. So these are all major concerns of global population. Then, if you see here, the fourth point, weakening fiscal positions in major economies. 39% or 40% of the population thinks that fiscal position, monetary scenario of the major economies will come down because, as I mentioned in the introduction, that there is a reduction in demand, the reduction in the demand for global goods and services, more inward-looking approach. India is following a very strategic approach at the present time period. So, if we see the present slide, that economists are expecting that there will be a V-shaped recovery. Okay, So what is exactly V-shaped recovery means? That if you see here, there will be a sudden steep decline in the economic performance, and at the same time, the recovery also takes in the same pattern. Okay, so that makes when we plot the economic data, it will be representing V shape. Okay, so it will go down to the zero, and again reconstruction takes place in the economy. So this is the kind of behavior which is expected by all the economists, global economists, about economic performance, because this is a structural change which has happened, and at the same time, uh, many governments have come up with various economic packages so that people do not find a difficulty in terms of accessing basic essentials, and also the economies can be run when money is transferred to the people. So when the money is reaching to the people, it will boost the consumption activity. Okay, so that is an expected behavior. So it will cause a V-shaped behavior of the economy. So there are other formats of curve behaviors, Nicky swoosh, smoking pipe, and W-shaped. So all these other three are also representing different magnitudes of economic recoveries. Okay, so if you see, for example, if you see the Nicky swoosh, sharp plunge and short stay at the bottom and gradual climb. So it shows that sudden fallout of the economy, which like we have observed now. Okay, for 2 months time period, entire global markets have gone down because of the fear of spread. Because when there is a human interaction, it will cause for a spread of the disease. So human interaction has been curtailed. No production unit able to produce at full capacity. So it affected large scale economic behavior. So that caused a sharp reduction. Hello, is my voice audible to everyone?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
is
Yes,
clear
sir.
now? Voice? There is no break, right?
Yes, sir. No, 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 sir. No, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So that is what here night swoosh recovery. So here a gradual climb, in the sense that there will be slow approach followed by the consumer side markets and producer side markets. Recovery is not fast as expected in the V-shaped curve behavior. So, in a positive note, economists are looking towards V-shaped recovery. Okay. So, why I'm giving this introduction is basically that तुम्ही ऐकलं असेल बऱ्याच लोकांकडनं that कसा आपली आर्थिक व्यवस्था सुधारणार, कुठल्या वेगाने ते सुधारणार. ओके, ह्या जे कर्व जे आहे, जे लेवल ऑफ ग्रोथ साठी रिप्रेझेंटेशन आहे. ओके, निकी स्पूश किंवा स्मोकिंग पाईप किंवा डब्ल्यू शेप. ओके, सो एक सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोन आणि जे काही आपलं प्रेझेंट इकॉनॉमी चालू आहे, जरी कोविड आला पण तरीही वेगवेगळ्या कॅटेगरी मधलं गुड्स साठी डिमांड क्रिएट झालेली आहे. व्हेरी स्पेसिफिकली ई कॉमर्स सर्व्हिसेसला आणि वर्क फ्रॉम होम सर्व्हिसेसला, फर्निचर इंडस्ट्री. ओके, अँड एक्सक्लुझिव्ह कोविड एक्सक्लुझिव्ह गुड्स तयार करून ते बिझनेस करण्यासाठी. ओके, ऑफकोर्स ॲग्रिकल्चर सेक्टरला आपण रिलॅक्सेशन दिलं फूड सप्लाय कंटिन्यू होण्यासाठी. सो governments are trying to have this V-shaped recovery. Okay, and consumer side markets are also important to achieve this V-shaped curve, because when there is no demand created in the markets, this kind of behavior is not observed. So there you may find leaky spools or smoking pipe or W-shaped recoveries. So global markets, if you see, the red color is represented by Chinese markets, world is represented by blue, then United States by yellow, and navy blue is European region. So now United States and Euro area are developed regions. China is one of the largest economy in the world. So we have taken those case study. The data is prepared by Statista, one of the standard organizations. So pre-COVID scenario, China is maintaining 6% growth rate and fall down to 1% during COVID period and is expected to raise by again 7% growth. Okay, so this is why the behavior which we are seeing is a V-shaped recovery. When we look about the American markets, after 2008 fallout, they have reached to 1% and slightly recovered up to 2.4%. And that has badly influenced by COVID, and they have reached to minus 5.2% growth rate, annual growth rate, and it is expected to increase up to 4.5% in the next year. Okay, so whatever the economic change happens, it's not of an immediate change, but a 1 year projection which the economists have made. So globally also, the recovery is expected to have 4% growth rate. Okay. So it is on an average like in every 100 rupees spent, 4% is produced, or 4% is created in the economy. Okay. Now, coming to India, आता आपण जे MSME बद्दल बोलणार आहे त्याबद्दल. Here today I'm going to just give you or share the information, rather than because you already involved in some kind of MSME business activities or you are a startup organization. A lot of time we will find difficulty in terms of getting information at one place. So I try to do that work. So now MSMEs, as I mentioned in the introduction, there is a change in the approach of the government. For a long time, we have followed large-scale production models. Okay, large-scale production means investing on large-scale business activities, developing large-scale projects, going for heavy industry models. So which has created a gross development inequality in the country. Development inequalities in the sense that economic benefits of that models which follow the India has not properly reached to the bottom of the period pyramid. Okay. Now, who are at the bottom of the pyramid is that below poverty line population or low income population. So largely, this has created gross inequalities in terms of employment access, per capita income levels in the country. So we always observe that our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, has stressed on medium, small scale enterprises and their role in the nation building. But the high poverty and unemployment conditions after independence force the government to go for large scale projects so that it can create large number of employment opportunities. Okay, so we used to have unskilled labor or semi-skilled laborers for a long period of time. So whatever economic model we have followed is like one of the famous economic GMPs, dig the roads and clean the roads model. Okay, largely this kind of approach is followed in all developing economies. So now in the recent 6 years time period, there is a focus shifted to MSME, where medium, small scale and medium enterprises, which can be started at any location with limited amount of income, and there is a large scope of creating employment. Okay, and now I would like to clarify here the employment. We always see employment means that it is carrying 7 lakh, 10 lakh or 5 lakh minimum of annual income. But job is job as an economic point of view, whether you are gaining 2,000 rupees or 10,000 or 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so MSMEs makes people to get a continuous income by creating job at a local level. So the government has shifted its economic model to medium, small scale and medium, micro, small scale and medium enterprises. Okay, so so that is why the slogan is given local to global. Be vocal for local. Okay, earlier economic model in 1991 we have liberalized our economies. So we our model was global to local model, and now we are shifting from local to global. So the Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, is being called for local for local. Okay, so within this, developing entrepreneurial environment is a priority. One of the major reasons why industrialization process or manufacturing sector is not growing as expected is one of the reason is that there is no continuous entrepreneurial activity in the manufacturing sector. There are a lot of limitations, very specifically in terms of capital limitations, which is demotivating citizens to be entrepreneurs. So total number of startups as on date recognized are 35,425 units in India, and the total value of orders on government e-marketplace is created like almost like a 6 billion rupees. Okay. Now, e-marketplace is a platform which helps the various MSME units to directly trade with various governmental departments. Largely, we have a perception that any business means we need to go directly to the consumers only, but not to the government agencies. So, government has expanded the market scope within the economy by allowing MSME units to collaborate with various government and non-government agencies through its government e-marketplace portal. So many of the organizations have registered under this, and it is functioning very successfully. So already who are in businesses, if you can visit the Government of India website, e-marketplace, you will be having a registration for that one, and it will be like a continuous market for your products. So what MSME is thinking in India, that what happens, what are the odds for quick economic recovery post the lifting of the lockdown. So largely people have expected that there will be a recovery possibility is there, but with riders. That means with limitations, with restrictions, a recovery may takes place. And then a large 32.5% of the MSME units were feeling that this year is lost, and 2021 maybe there will be a recovery, positive recovery for their businesses. And then 23.4% people are saying that it depends on the global economic behavior. Because as I mentioned that we are under the globalized economy, and many of the MSMEs are also involved in export segment. So that is replicated through this, percentage, 23.4% people are feeling that when the global economy recovers, our domestic MSME sector also will recover. So now this is all about understanding the present scenario. Coming to the main point, what government is doing now. When I mentioned that government has shifted from large scale economy model to small scale economic model and creating local demand, whether are there any specific actions taken by the government or not in this regard. So we all know that government has announced a 20 lakh crore package recently. I think it's 1 month back, and a strategic approach is being followed in that also. Now, when we see how MSME can contribute, it is the second largest employment providing after agriculture sector in India. So, agriculture sector, we have 53% of the population directly involved in uh, job markets, agriculture and agri-allied activities. So, out of the MSMEs, total MSMEs, 56 million enterprises. We are having 124 million people being employed. And now, of course, the present pandemic condition has raised the question on the 24 million population, because largely MSMEs they were depending on migrating population workforce, and because of pandemic scenario, many of the migrant laborers have gone back to their native states or native regions. So local entrepreneurs are finding about accessing labor force. But at a macro level, the significance of MSME unit is that it can create a large scale employment base in the country. Out of the MSMEs, total 14% of the MSMEs are now women-led enterprises, and 60% are based in rural areas. So, regarding rural markets, we will see in the coming slides also how important rural MSMEs are in the Indian economy. So that's where Mahatma Gandhi says always Gram Swaraj, strengthen the rural micro and cottage units in villages, which will create local employment solutions. Then MSMEs accounts for 8% of total GDP. If 100 rupees is being produced in Indian economy, out of that 8 rupees are being generated by MSME sector. And 45% of the total merchandise exports are being contributed by MSME sector. So the growth of the nation, the growth engine of the nation is primarily MSME units. But previously we have followed, large scale unit approach. Now we have shifted to small scale unit approach. So some more statistical data. How many numbers we can see? Manufacturing sector, largely trade area you are having MSME units, trading areas. Second largest is services, and third largest is manufacturing. And out of these, majority manufacturing units are located in rural India. Okay. Then employment generation, as on the latest data, 186 million population is, manufacturing sector. So 32% is contributed by manufacturing, 35% by trade and services, or 33% jobs are created by them. And then distribution of enterprises category wise in rural India. So majority are located in rural India, and 49% is located in urban markets. Out of the 51% of the rural enterprises, large scale units are observed, enterprises are observed under micro category. So we all know villages, we have various cottage units. For example, handloom, handicrafts, leather-based boot production. Okay, and so various community-specific art crafts. So all coming under micro units. Then credit issues. If you see, potentially addressable credit gap in the MSME sector is totally is 25.8 trillion rupees. So the total addressable demand is 36.7 here. So out of this, how much amount of credit is supplied? State cooperative banks, 8.8 trillion rupees. Non-banking financial corporations, 1.5 trillion. Then other banks and government institutions are supplying only 0.61. So there is a gap of 25.8 trillion rupees of the credit. Now this is hindering the growth process of MSME sector, accessibility to the credit. So the government has took a major step in terms of defining MSME units. So on June 1st, 2020, government has revised the basic definitions, almost like after 24 years, after 14 years, MSME definitions have been revised in India. So if you see the new definitions, the total turnover limit raised up to 50 crore rupees to 5 crore rupees. So micro units, earlier capital requirement is 45 lakh, with 10 lakh rupees of turnover, then it is considered to be as a micro units. Now it is revised up to 1 crore of capital value and a turnover of 5 crore. Small scale units, 10 crores capital and 50 crore turnover. And medium scale is we are having 50 crores of capital and 250 crores of 50 crores of turnover. Now this will actually widens the scope of MSME units. Okay, so which can get the government support. So next one, like what steps are taken? 50,000 crore equity infusion through funds of funds to help MSMEs in capacity augmentation and an opportunity to get listed in stock exchanges. So very, very significant step, or you can say very major step taken by the government in order to boost the MSME activity, that allowing MSME to mobilize its capital through stock exchanges. So that's where if you see the definition, medium scale units turnover range up to 250 crore rupees. So which makes an organization to enter into list their organization to the capital market. And then for startups, a very favorable movement is taken is that fund of funds. Okay. Now this is a concept where the government is trying to invest indirectly in MSME sectors. Okay, government mobilizes capital through various its department agencies and support MSME units. So indirectly it invests in the MSME sector. So the major problem for MSME units is capital mobilization, which is addressed through this major step: 50,000 crore equity infusion through fund of funds, and also allowing MSME units to listed in stock exchanges. Then 3 lakh crore collateral free automatic loans to meet operational liabilities, buy raw material and restart the businesses. Then up to 200 crore value of global tender procurements are being restricted, so that the domestic demand can be created. Okay, largely which used to be dependent on international markets, now create demand at local markets. So until 200 crores of value of global procurement is restricted, more than that value you can import, mobilize your resources from the global market. Then clearing of MSMEs dues by the government and public sector units within 45 days. So these are some of the major steps taken by government to support MSME sector. Now, what is the major point to be observed is that the whatever earlier here we have seen, that potentially addressable credit gap is tried to be addressed by this. So some of these schemes I've listed here, and I will be sharing through Parya sir this PPT to you, and I've given the glimpses of various schemes, very specifically for the startups from the MSME website I have collected. So one of the important things, credit guarantee trust fund for micro and small enterprises. So what is the nature of assistance here? That collateral free loan up to 100 lakh rupees for individual MSEs on payment of guarantee fee to bank by the MSMEs. So new startups also can avail this scheme. So whom to be contacted is provided here. So as I mentioned in the beginning, because of the time limitation, I'm not going much in detailed discussion about these schemes, but I will be just showing you what are the schemes are available to you basically. Though you are already working with MSME units, you might be neglecting understanding these schemes. So second one, interest subsidy eligibility certificate. Then financial support to MSMEs in zero effect, zero defect program. I think last year, 2 years back, government has come up with this slogan, zero effect and zero defect certification scheme. This is basically to encourage MSME units to standardize their production processes and standardize their product quality, so that they will get a demand. So here it is given, develop an ecosystem for zero effect, zero defect, zero manufacturing in MSMEs, promote adaptation of quality tools, systems and energy efficient manufacturing. Generally, this is an area where MSMEs neglect, but this is the need of the hour. Okay. So then enabling the MSMEs for manufacturing quality products encouraging MSME to constantly upgrade their quality standards in production processes. Okay, so to attract more and more customer side markets, quality maintenance is very, very important. So assessment and rating, re-rating, gap analysis and hand holding in that area support is given, gap analysis, all these. So who can apply? All manufacturing, micro, small, medium enterprises having Udyog Aadhaar memorandum. So now many of the MSMEs will fear to register with the government system. Okay, and they start on their own. And whenever such pandemic condition arises and they face a lot of credit crunch. Now, there are a lot of very effective schemes which are implemented by the government to support MSME units. So, registration with the government is very, very important so that you will be getting sufficient capital support during the crisis scenario. So, next one, financial support to MSMEs in Z certification scheme. I think it is repeated. Then a scheme for promoting innovation, rural industry and enterprise entrepreneurship. So in short, it is called as the Aspire scheme. So to develop the innovative businesses in rural India, this is implemented. So who can apply? The scheme aims to implement incubation and commercialization of business ideas programs through technical research institutes, including those in the field of agro-based industry. So like institutes like IIMs have started, incubation centers. And I would like to inform you that Cyber is having entrepreneurship development cell and incubation center, which is started under the new government. Okay, it is a government recognized center. So the startup owners who would like to interact with Cyber, you have a center here. Okay, so research institutions and management institutions are involved in this. Then agro-based industry, we have for Maharashtra, we have a center called Vanamati in Nagpur, and every district you are having is Rameti, Regional Agriculture Marketing and Extension Training Center. So they also support this activity. So knowledge partners who would incubate new or existing technologies for their commercialization. Okay. Then next scheme, credit linked capital subsidy for technology upgradation. So to replace the existing manufacturing technology, you can apply here. And also given for every scheme whom to be contacted, their email and phone numbers also. Their link also is been provided to apply. Then marketing support assistance to MSMEs. So after production, one of the challenges is that how to reach the markets. So under that marketing support and or assistance to MSMEs. So making MSME products with to have a barcode. Okay, so that will expand the reachability of the markets, not only domestic market but also external markets. So what type of assistance is given here? Reimbursement of registration fee for barcoding, financial assistance for reimbursement of 75% of one-time registration, and 75% of annual recurring fee for the first 3 years. So in what are the scheme we are observing here that lot of care taken that money will be with the MSME unit so that they will reinvest in the development of their business units. So who are eligible to apply? The scheme applies only to MSCs with and registration with GST India for use of barcode. So sometimes the producers may hesitate to register, but when they register, it will be having a positive support for your businesses. Then lean manufacturing competitiveness for MSMEs, that is another scheme is given. Here also financial support is given in terms of 80% of the support is given by the government. Then a design clinic for design expertise to MSMEs. Okay. Next one, we are having technology and quality upgradation support for MSMEs. There is one of the impactful scheme. Then entrepreneurial and managerial development of SMEs through incubators. Okay. The governments, both state and central governments, are focusing on this area, and they are investing largely in terms of upgrading the infrastructure, then orientation training for the startup entrepreneurs and administrative expenses area also. So funding support for setting up of a business incubation is supported in this way. Total 4 to 8 lakh rupees are being allocated for each incubating or idea. So that is the support given to the individual MSMEs up to maximum 62.5 lakh rupees. And enabling manufacturing sector to be a competition through quality management systems, standards and quality technology tools. Building intellectual property rights. This is another a major area where MSMEs face a lot of difficulties in terms of keeping the intellect IPRs with their relating to products. Okay, so here also government is supporting. The links are provided here. International cooperation schemes also to reach the external markets. Who can apply here? Government institutions and registered industry associations with promotion and development of MSME sector. So MSME units need to collaborate with registered, like we are having at Kolhapur level, Kolhapur's Manufacturing Association or SMAC or CII chapter Kolhapur. These through these organizations, MSME units can reach to the external markets. Marketing assistance scheme, procurement and marketing support scheme is given. So MSME cluster development program, where all the facilities are being created for the MSME entrepreneurs who can start their businesses in this location. Now, we are coming to the conclusion part. So the major area, like who are offering MSME credits. So these are the banks which are involved in offering loans: State Bank of India, SBFC, Allahabad Bank, Central Bank of India, ICICI, Bajaj Financial Services, Oriental Bank of Commerce, and Indian Bank. Now, what is the procedure to apply here for loan MSME units? You need identification proof, as mentioned here, then a residence proof, age proof, which are for either of these documents you need to submit. Then financial documents which are required: your 1-year bank statement, business registration proof, PAN card, proprietor PAN card, partnership deed copy, company PAN card. Then recent one is yours is Udyog Aadhaar. Okay, so these are essential to get hassle-free loan from the banks. Largely, in many cases, and small-scale entrepreneurs will, lack of these some of the registered documents, so they may not be able to access loan from the banks. So, under the changing business environment, registering with the government sources makes simple your accessing loan facilities. So the recent call by the government, Atmanirbhar Bharat, 5 pillars of the self-reliant India. So focus is given on domestic market development. So that is where like government is investing large scale in infrastructure, technology-driven systems, developing those. So 20 lakh crores, and very specifically a good amount is allocated to MSMEs. Now, along with the MSMEs, there is focus is given on rural development area in terms of creating local employment opportunity through Manrega. Then, small vendors business development. Now, why I have included these two here is basically MSMEs to have their continuous demand, they can associate with these small vendors basically. Okay, depending on the type of business you are involved, local small vendors play a crucial role to create additional demand in the domestic markets. So that's why I put this information here. So this is what in brief, because of the time limitations, we have not gone much in detail about each scheme, but we will be sharing this PPT with the Parja sir, and he will be sharing to you. So you can have a visit to the respective government websites and find out the relevant support for your businesses. So let's start up Bharat. Thank you very much. Sir, your mic is off.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Now.
Thanks a lot, sir. And your mention about credit gap, why MSME is still struggling, is clearly understood, and you've given the list of banks also. So it is wonderful. I am sure Shrikant is here in this meeting. Todkar, who is a remand employee, and then he was a part of Colwage. He's still working on the vegetable distribution network for Kolhapur city. People like Prasad and Preetham is also will be listening to your inputs. Mr. Dhawal is there from COEP, and so they will be they are waiting for this input actually, because this is the most needed thing immediately, because to solve the problems of credit, it is going to help a lot. There are some NGO representing MSW students also. They will be also benefited by the compilation which you have shared. Thank you for joining us, and thanks a lot for your valuable time and knowledge shared. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you. So I think to all the participants, I try to address basically, the source of information issue. Okay, largely we run here and there, though in front of us the information is available, we couldn't able to access that. So I have tried to address that problem, and I think you will receive this PPT with, through Target in half an hour time. Okay, and you can access that website, and you can get the right support from the government. Okay, the present time period is a very positive environment for MSMEs. It is us to come forward, register businesses with the government sources and get the business. Yes, I think Mr. Rohit is having some question.
Yes, Rohit, you can ask the question.
सर समजा काही प्रोजेक्ट्स आहेत ते इन करोड्स मध्ये असतील आणि लोक म्हणजे असं मिडल क्लास फॅमिली मधले लोक असे लोन घेऊ शकत नाहीत, की इव्हन त्याचे जे बेसिक अमाऊंट आहे 35% असेल काय असेल ते पण करू शकत नाही. जर समजा त्या प्रोजेक्टचे प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट व्यवस्थित जर करून बँकेला प्रेझेंट केले तर बँक असं पूर्ण प्रोजेक्ट फायनान्स वगैरे असे करू शकते का? कारण मी 1-2 ट्राय केले तर इंडस्ट्रियल काय म्हणतायत आम्हाला आवडत नाही म्हणून आम्ही ह्या प्रोजेक्ट मध्ये फायनान्स करणार नाही, तुम्ही आणि कोणत्या इंडस्ट्रियल कडे जावा असं म्हणतायत ते. तेव्हा असं प्रायव्हेट पार्टनर वगैरे शोधत बसण्याऐवजी जर समजा आपण बँकेलाच तो रिपोर्ट दिला आणि सांगितले की प्लीज आम्हाला हा फायनान्स करा, तर असं काही होऊ शकतं का एमएसएमई अंडर वगैरे?
कुठला बिझनेस आहे तुमचा?
मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग. नाही, फूड सेक्टरचा आहे, म्हणजे रेडी टू इट पॅकेजिंगचा आहे. हा, नाही आवाज कट होतोय.
हॅलो
हॅलो. हा हा
100% कुठलाही सपोर्ट नसणार आहे तुम्हाला. जसं आपण बघितलं असेल पीपीटी मध्ये क्रेडिट सपोर्ट सिस्टम मधलं 75 to 80% तुम्हाला मिळणार आहे लोन म्हणून. मग बाकीचे जे 20% तुम्हाला ते सोर्स करावं लागेल.
ओके ओके.
बँक्स पण तुम्हाला ते मेन बघतात तुमचं फायनान्शियल फिजिबिलिटी किती आहे बिझनेसची. ओके, आम्ही एकदा हैदराबादमध्ये निम्स मी म्हणून इन्स्टिट्यूट आहे तिथे आम्ही ट्रेनिंगला गेलो होतो आणि स्टेट बँकच्या रिजनल मॅनेजरला आमचं इंटरेक्शन झालं होतं. असाच प्रश्न विचारला मी. बऱ्यापैकी बँक का देत नाही लोन, म्हणजे त्याचा अर्थ असा आहे की ते बेसिकली फायनान्शियल फिजिबिलिटी पटवून देत नाही ते एंटरप्रेन्युअर्स बँक्सला. मग ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही फायनान्शियल फिजिबिलिटीवर व्यवस्थित काम करून तुम्ही सबमिट केला बँक्समध्ये, तुम्हाला मॅक्झिमम 80% सपोर्ट मिळण्याची शक्यता आहे तुमच्या बिझनेसला. आणि अपार्ट फ्रॉम हा स्कीम्स मधनं ऑलरेडी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ऍग्री प्रोसेसिंग आहे, तिथनं तुम्हाला वेगवेगळ्या स्कीम्स आहेत. तुमच्या कुठला प्रोसेसिंग करणार आहे, म्हणजे कुठला फूड प्रोडक्ट आहे तुमचं?
स्वीट कॉर्नचा आहे.
हा, स्वीट कॉर्नचा आहे ना. मग मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ऍग्रो प्रोसेसिंग डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये तुम्ही व्हिजिट केला, तिथे पण काही स्कीम्स आहे. मग ते त्यामध्ये पण तुम्हाला सपोर्ट मिळू शकतात. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी आपण फायनान्शियल सोर्स करताना 2-3 ठिकाणी आपण सोर्स करावा लागेल असं आहे. ओके. मेन महत्वाचे म्हणजे कसं आपल्या रिपोर्ट मध्ये फायनान्शियल फिजिबिलिटी म्हणजे रिटर्न ऑन इन्व्हेस्टमेंट किती आहे ते बघणार बँक. महत्वाचे ते आहे. ROI किती आहे बँक तुमच्या प्रोजेक्टचं. मग ते पॉझिटिव्ह आहे तुमच्या ROI, ते तुम्हाला इमिडिएटली सँक्शन करणार. मग तुमच्या ROI रिझनेबल नाहीये, त्यांना वाटलेलं नाही तुमच्या ROI रिझनेबल नाहीये, मग वेगवेगळं कारण देणार लोन न देण्यासाठी असं आहे.
ओके 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 ओके. थँक्यू सर. थँक्यू.
थँक्यू. Thank you very much, Parijat sir, for giving opportunity. I hope in a short time I could able to justify the objective of the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So this is a concluding session, friends, and as sir had a next session, he has left the meeting. I am going to have a review and feedback from you. As it is, please note that we are also recording this session, and this lecture also will be shared with you. Yesterday, the first lecture of Mari sir is shared from Google Drive. जरी त्याच्यात रिपिटेशन असले किंवा आणखीन काही असले तरी ते अत्यंत महत्वाचं आहे. अधिकृत माहिती त्याच्यामध्ये आहे. एक्सेप्ट संडे, रविवारचं सोडलं आणि कालचं काळे सरांचं रेकॉर्ड झालेलं नाहीये ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंट. तर बाकीचे सगळे जे ऑनलाईन रेकॉर्ड झालेले सेशन्स आहेत ते तुम्हाला मी लिंक शेअर करतो आहे. तुमच्यापैकी काही लोक रेग्युलर अटेंड केलेले आहेत, काही लोकांनी इव्हिनिंगला माझ्याकडून माहिती घेतली किंवा व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपवरून आपण शेअर केले. आत्ताचं हे लेक्चर आणि सेशन सुद्धा काही लोक नंतर बघणार आहेत किंवा ऐकणार आहेत. याच्यामध्ये एक छोटीशी ओरल घेणार आहोत आम्ही आणि त्या नेक्स्ट वीक मध्ये, आणि हार्डली अबाउट 5 मिनिट्स या कोर्सचा उपयोग कसा झाला, दॅट इज गोइंग टू बी युअर एक्झामिनेशन फॉर दिस सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स. याचा नेमका उपयोग होऊन तुम्हाला फायदा व्हावा अशी अपेक्षा आहे. ड्युरेशन विल बी मॅक्झिमम 5 मिनिट्स अँड सम oral questions will be asked on the basis of the content of this certificate course, की ज्यामुळे तुम्हाला आम्हाला सर्टिफिकेट पाठवून देण्यासाठी मदत होऊ शकेल. तुमच्यापैकी ज्या काही लोकांनी पैसे भरलेले नसतील किंवा ग्रुपमध्ये इतर कोणी असतील तर त्यांनी मात्र पैसे भरलेले असले पाहिजेत. ऑनलाईन पैसे सायबरला ट्रान्सफर केलेले असले पाहिजेत 500 रुपये, त्याशिवाय सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू होणार नाही. that should be made clear. मला वाटतं यातल्या बऱ्याच जणांचं सगळं हे क्लिअर आहे. त्यामुळे ज्यांनी पैसे भरले आहेत त्यांचा हा सगळा प्रोसेस पूर्ण झाला, एक छोटी ओरल झाली की या गोष्टी पूर्ण होऊ शकतील. देर आर सम सेशन्स ऑन जस्ट चेंज मॅनेजमेंट, की ज्याचा डेटा बुक आणि रेफरन्सेस आहे. संडेला मी बेसिक ओरिएंटेशन दिलं, मध्ये मध्ये सांगितलं, बट आय विल बी शेअरिंग विथ यू द टेक्स्ट बुक अँड द डिटेल्स सो दॅट द चेंज मॅनेजमेंट कोर ऑफ इट तुमच्याकडे कायमचं राहील. आय लुक ॲट यू, देर आर 39 registrations to this course. Around 20 have joined. Remaining are waiting for some other slot or whatever. आम्ही असं बघतो की तुम्ही पहिले कोल्हापूर किंवा ह्या परिसरातले असे व्यक्ती आहात की ज्यांच्याकडे हा कन्सेप्ट मिळाला. ही एक नवीन अशी ओरिएंटेशन तुम्हाला मिळालेली आहे की तुमचं आयुष्य यामुळे बदलून जाणार आहे. कितीही अडचणी या पॅन्डेमिकने आल्या तरी तुमच्याकडे जे नॉलेजची बेस आता तयार झालाय त्याने खूप गोष्टी बदलत जाणार आहेत. मात्र तुम्हाला जशा दिसतात हव्या आहेत तशाच सगळ्या गोष्टी होतील असं काही सांगता येत नाही. हे मात्र ह्या प्रॉब्लेमचं मोठं मूळ आहे. मध्ये मी एक केस स्टडी शेअर केला होता की प्रॉब्लेमच रोज बदलत राहतो. द प्रॉब्लेम कीप्स चेंजिंग. सो मग तुम्ही काय सोल्युशनचा विचार करणार? तर त्यासाठी ज्या पद्धतीने विचार करायला पाहिजे, ज्या फेजेस मधून आपण जायला पाहिजे, त्यासाठी चेंज मॅनेजमेंटच्या अप्रोचनं या फंक्शनल स्पेशालिटीजकडे बघायला पाहिजे. कदाचित हा कोर्स केल्यानंतर आपण आतापर्यंत जे करत होतो ते काही उपयोगाचं नाही आणि चुकीचं आहे आणि ते सरळ थांबवायला पाहिजे असं जरी वाटलं तरी काही बिघडणार नाही, कारण त्यामुळे तुम्ही नवीन काहीतरी कराल, चांगलं काहीतरी कराल. असं असेल की चांगलं काम चालू होतं आणि त्याला एकदम खीळ बसलेली आहे, तर अशा वेळेला सुद्धा तुम्हाला एक दिशा मिळेल, नवीन पद्धत लक्षात येईल. आणि मी मार्केटिंगच्या सेशनवर सांगितलं तसं तुम्ही जितकं ऑनलाईन याल तेवढं तुमचं लाईफस्टाईल बदलेल आणि त्याप्रमाणे तुमचा रेव्हेन्यू आणि बिझनेस याच्यामध्ये बदलणार आहे. दॅट इज गोइंग टू बी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. हा जो मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच होता की वेगळ्या विषयाच्या आम्ही प्रोफेसर्सनी याचा जो ट्रॅक ठेवला होता, गेले 4 महिने अभ्यास केला होता, तो आम्ही प्रॅक्टिकली तुमच्यासाठी सगळ्याच्या सगळा देऊन टाकलेला आहे. अशी आशा आहे की तुम्ही त्याचा पॉझिटिव्ह यूज कराल आणि तुमच्या फ्युचरमध्ये त्याचा जास्तीत जास्त चांगला फायदा तुमच्यामध्ये होऊ शकेल. आत्ताचा हा सेशन जो आहे हा मी ओपन ठेवला अशासाठी की तुमच्या सगळ्या शंका, क्वेश्चन्स प्लीज इकडे टाईप करा. ज्यांना बोलायचं आहे त्यांनी अनम्यूट करून विचारल्या मला तरी चालतील, काही अडचण नाही. आय एम हिअर टू अँसर ऑल युअर क्वेरीज. तुमच्या सगळ्या प्रश्नांची उत्तरं द्यायची मला. ऍज अ कोऑर्डिनेटर मला तुमचे सगळे प्रॉब्लेम सगळं ऐकून घ्यायचं आहे आणि आय वॉन्ट टू हेल्प यू आउट. व्हॉट्सअप आणि टेक्स्ट मेसेजिंग मध्ये असं होतं की सगळ्या गोष्टी मनाप्रमाणे होतात असं नाही. सो आय एम हिअर लाईव्ह ऑनलाईन. सो गो अहेड विथ युअर क्वेश्चन्स. आय एम वेटिंग फॉर युअर क्वेश्चन्स.
Sir, Dhaval here.
Go ahead with
Hello.
your question. Madhura is there, Shrikant, Prasad, Jadhav, Rohit, Pritam had joined, परत तो मला वाटतं हे झालं. Do you have any questions? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Please,
Sir,
please, sir.
Hello.
बोला धवल.
सर एवढंच विचारायचं होतं, आता ग्रुपमध्ये बरेच लोक आहेत जे एकमेकांना युजफुल होऊ शकतात किंवा त्यांचा करिअर, तर आपण एक ऑफिशियल असं म्हणजे की लोकांना एकमेकांची ओळख करून दिली. फॉर एक्झाम्पल हॉटेलिंग बिझनेस मधलेच 1-2 जण आहेत, जर त्यांनी एकमेकांची ओळख आपण एकमेकांना करून दिली तर म्युच्युअली फायदा काहीतरी होऊ शकेल असं माझं मत होतं. तर थोड्या जणांनी जर इंट्रो एकमेकांना दिला तर मग म्युच्युअली बेनिफिशियल होऊ शकेल असं मला वाटतं.
नक्की नक्की. वाय नॉट की तुमच्यापासून सुरू करूया धवल. ओके, तुम्ही सांगा डिटेल्स. मला सगळेच माहिती आहेत कारण माझे वेगवेगळ्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मधून झाले. तुमचे सगळ्यांची ओळख झाली की मी आणखीन त्याच्यामध्ये चांगला इनपुट देऊ शकेन. स्टार्ट विथ धवल.
तर मी धवल ऐनापुरे. मी सध्या फायनल इयर स्टुडंट आहे एक कॉलेज ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग पुण्यामध्ये. मेटलर्जी अँड मटेरियल सायन्समध्ये डिग्री कंप्लीट करतो आहे आता. फायनल इयर मध्ये आहे मी. आणि मी फाउंड्री याच्यामध्ये डिप्लोमा केलेला आहे मेटलर्जी आणि मटेरियल सायन्स या विषयामध्ये. तर फ्युचरमध्ये मी आता एक बिझनेस सेटअप करायचा असा विचार करून मॅनेजमेंट वगैरे करून असं सध्या माझ्या डोक्यामध्ये आहे. फ्युचरचा प्लॅन करण्याबाबत असा विचार केला तर. आणि सध्या मी जिंदाल स्टील ह्या नावाच्या कंपनीमध्ये सिलेक्ट झालेलो आहे. तर माझ्याबद्दल सांगण्याबद्दल सध्या एवढंच मी सांगू शकतो.
ओके ओके. धवल, यू आर करंटली इन कोल्हापूर और यू आर इन पुणे?
सध्या सर मी कोल्हापूरमध्ये आहे, पण पुण्यामध्ये माझं शिक्षण चालू आहे. फायनल इयरला.
ओके ओके, फाईन फाईन. नेक्स्ट कोण सांगते? प्रसाद. प्रसाद, विल यू प्लीज टेल अबाउट युअरसेल्फ?
हॅलो.
हां बोला.
हॅलो.
हां बोला.
मी प्रसाद जोशी. मी 2018 साली MBA सायबर मधून केलं, ऍग्री बिझनेस आणि फायनान्स स्पेशलायझेशन.
ओके.
आणि ऍग्री बिझनेस मधले किंवा हेल्थकेअर आणि या संदर्भातल्या जेवढे कमोडिटी सोर्सिंग करतो यापैकी कोणाला त्या नेटवर्क मध्ये असेल तर त्यांनी निश्चितच इंटरेस्ट घ्यावा.
अच्छा, कमोडिटी सोर्सिंग मध्ये काम करताय, राईट?
हा हा हा.
ओके ओके. यू आर बेस्ड इन विच पार्ट ऑफ कोल्हापूर?
मी हुपरीच आहे, मूळचा हुपरी.
ओके ओके, फाईन. पण तुमच्या कोल्हापूरला काही एस्टॅब्लिशमेंट आहे?
कोल्हापुरात आजचं एस्टॅब्लिश म्हणजे दुकान आहे माझ्या बहिणीचं एक, तिथं मी असतो वरच्या वरती.
अच्छा अच्छा. म्हणजे एरिया कुठला आहे लोकली भेटायचं?
नाही, मी हुपरीतच असतो.
ओके ओके, फाईन फाईन. ओके, वंडरफुल. थँक्स थँक्स. कोण बोलते नेक्स्ट? जाधव मॅडम? येस,
हा, मी बोलते.
बोला की, बोला.
हॅलो.
हा बोला.
हा, नमस्कार सगळ्यांना. मी
बोला
प्रज्ञा जाधव. मराठा क्रांती मोर्चामधून मी सोशल आणि पॉलिटिकल बॅकग्राऊंड मधून मी काम करते. मराठा क्रांती मोर्चाचं नेतृत्व केलं होतं मी. ऍज वेल एज माझ्याकडे म्युच्युअल फंडची एजन्सी आहे आणि इन्शुरन्स एजन्सी आहे. इन्शुरन्स मध्ये लाईफ आणि GIC जनरल इन्शुरन्स दोन्ही करते मी.
ओके.
सध्या तरी ऑनलाईन बिझनेस चालू आहे. आणि माझ्या भावाचं कोल्हापुरात दुकान आहे. सध्या मी मुंबईला आहे. आम्ही मुंबई कोल्हापूर दोन्हीकडे असतो येऊन जाऊन. कोल्हापुरात कळंब्यामध्ये भावाचं दुकान आहे. 4 व्हीलर आणि 2 व्हीलर बॅटरीज, गाडीच्या बॅटरी चार्जिंग आणि नवीन बॅटरी विकणे आणि गाडीचे स्पेअर पार्टचं ट्रेडिंग करतो तो.
ओके ओके, फाईन.
तर
तुम्ही
बेसिकली
आता कुठे आहात? मुंबईतल्या कुठल्या एरियामध्ये?
कोल्हापूरमध्ये गॅरेज किंवा सर्व्हिस सेंटर चालू करायचा भावाचा
अच्छा.
विचार आहे.
ओके.
मी मुंबईत सायनमध्ये आहे आता आणि कोल्हापुरात फुलेवाडीला आमचं घर आहे.
ओके.
आणि कळंब्यामध्ये गाडीच्या बिझनेस मध्ये इंटरेस्ट असल्यामुळे गॅरेज किंवा सर्व्हिस सेंटर चालू करण्यासाठी आम्ही जमिनीच्या शोधात आहोत आणि त्याबद्दलचा जो प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनवायचा आहे किंवा लोन साठी कुठे अप्लाय करायचं, काय करायचं, याच्यावरती माझा सर्च चालू होता. तर ऍक्च्युली
ओके.
पॉलिटिकल बॅकग्राऊंड मधून काही माहिती मिळते, पण सोर्सेसची पण गरज असते आणि आपल्याला प्रॉपर नॉलेजची गरज असते. त्यामुळे पारिजात सरांनी हा जो उपक्रम घेतला ते मला फार आवडलं, की सायबर मधून तज्ञ व्यक्तींकडनं माहिती घेणं हे जास्त महत्वाचं असतं. कारण बिझनेसचे सल्ले देणारे खूप असतात, पण प्रॉपर नॉलेज देणारे कमी असतात. आणि प्रॅक्टिकल अनुभव घेता घेता आपल्याला हे करायचं असतं. आता मला प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनवायचा आहे, पण तो कशा प्रकारे बनवायचा ह्याची नेक्स्ट माहिती मी पारिजात सरांकडून घेणार आहे. आणि झालेले सगळे सेशन्स आवडले मला, चांगले झाले. अजून काही एक्सपेक्टेशन आहेत ते आपण सरांनी जे रेस्ट ऑफ सांगितले नंतर काही होणार आहेत कार्यक्रम किंवा ग्रुप कनेक्ट होणं, ते पण मला आवडेल.
येस येस. आता तुम्ही एक लक्षात ठेवा की अदरवाईज सुद्धा आपण ऍक्टिव्हिटीज थांबल्यामुळे आपलं जुनं जे आहे ते सगळं थांबलेलंच आहे. त्यामुळे थोडं नवीन सुरू झालं तरी काही बिघडणार नाही आणि जुनं जे आहे ते थोडं मॉडिफाय झालं तरी काही बिघडणार नाही. तर नक्की तुम्हाला पुढचा जो आउटलाईन पाहिजे त्याच्या संबंधात मी सांगेन. आणि आपल्या ह्या ग्रुपला म्हणजे ह्या बॅच मधून बाहेर पडल्यानंतर पुन्हा नवीन तुमची बिझनेस रिलेशन्स काय होऊ शकतात याबद्दल मी तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना एक डिटेल प्लॅन पाठवेन. तुम्ही विचार करा आणि त्यानंतर सांगा. थँक्यू, थँक्स अ लॉट. नेक्स्ट कोण? रोहित बोलणार का? रोहित?
थँक्यू सर.
हा, हॅलो सर. मी रोहित कुलकर्णी, राहायला रंकाळा स्टँड आहे. 2014 साली कॉम्प्युटर सायन्स इंजिनिअरिंग कम्प्लीट केलं. 10वी नंतर डिप्लोमा घेतला आणि डिप्लोमा इंजिनिअरिंग करत मी A+N+ MCSE असे गव्हर्नमेंट आपले प्रायव्हेट सर्टिफिकेशन केले. इंजिनिअरिंग करत थोडी काम, कारण कॉम्प्युटर सायन्स इंजिनिअरिंग मला फार आवडतं त्यामुळे. मग नंतर इंजिनिअरिंग कम्प्लीट झाल्यानंतर मी इम्पोर्ट एक्सपोर्टचा कोर्स पुण्यात केला. नंतर एका कंपनीमध्ये कोल्हापूरमध्ये ग्लोबल एक्झिम सर्व्हिसेस मध्ये जॉब पण केला, एक्झिम असिस्टंट म्हणून. नंतर मग ती कंपनी सोडून मी स्वतःची कॉम्प्युटर वर्ल्ड म्हणून कंपनी चालू केली मित्राबरोबर पार्टनरशिप मध्ये. मग तिथे ऍज अ पार्टनर मी पहिले काही वर्ष काम केलं. मग नंतर ऍज अ व्हाईस प्रेसिडेंट आणि सेल्स म्हणून काम केलं. त्यानंतर मग आता 2019 मध्ये मी कंपनी ती सोडली. आता एक नवीन जॉब साठी आहे चालू याच्यामध्ये. तेवढ्यात तुम्ही आता हे लॉकडाऊन वगैरे चाललंय, तेवढ्यात तुम्ही हा कोर्स सजेस्ट केला तो उत्कृष्ट, म्हणजे एकदम भरपूर नॉलेज मिळालं त्यातून की मेंटली आणि फिजिकली कसं कोविड मध्ये प्लस बिझनेसला ग्रोथ कशी द्यायची, म्हणजे भरपूर माहिती मिळाली.
थँक्यू रोहित, थँक्यू. मला वाटतं श्रीकांत इज नॉट अवेलेबल. श्रीकांत तोडकर इज रेमंड्स एम्प्लॉई. ही वॉज इन ठाणे and he came to Kolhapur. He is a part of my call veg project also. पण आमचे 2 वेळा सप्लाय चेन डिस्टर्ब झाली, त्यामुळे आता जे 3 त्याचे पार्टनर्स आहेत ते स्टँडस्टिल आहेत, थांबलोय आम्ही. योग्य नेटवर्क तयार केल्यानंतर पुन्हा व्हेजिटेबल डिस्ट्रीब्युशनच्या संदर्भात खूप सिरियसली त्यामध्येच काम करायचं असा आमचा विचार आहे. ओके, सो टू ऑल दी पार्टिसिपेंट्स आय विश हॅपी गणेश फेस्टिवल. गणपतीच्या उत्सवानिमित्त हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. हा गणपती जो आहे ते आपली सगळी विघ्न हरण करू दे. ही साथ निघून गेली आहे असं समजूया आपण की गणपतीच्या आगमनानंतर आपण पुन्हा नॉर्मल लाईफ मध्ये जाऊ शकू आणि आपण चांगलं आयुष्य जगू शकू. तुम्हाला अतिशय मनापासून शुभेच्छा. आपण हा सेशन इथे थांबूया. व्हॉट्सअपच्या माध्यमातून, ईमेलच्या माध्यमातून आपण भेटूया. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी त्या ग्रुपमध्ये तुमचे ईमेल जे आहेत ते जरा प्लीज पाठवा. ते तुमच्याकडे लिंक्स आणि इतर सगळी माहिती देणं मला सोपं होऊ शकेल. ते खूप महत्वाचं आहे. त्यानंतर जे काही आणखीन सेशन्स येतील किंवा काही राहील तर ते पुन्हा तुमच्याकडे व्यवस्थित मला पाठवायला खूप सोपं पडेल. आता सगळे हजर नाही आहेत या 18-20 पैकी, पण सगळ्यांना ती माहिती कळाल्यानंतर अर्थातच तसा चांगला ग्रुप होऊ शकेल. मी सगळ्या विद्यार्थ्यांना ओळखत असल्यामुळे मी तुम्हाला भरपूर ऑप्शन्स विचार करून सांगू शकेन की तुम्ही काय काय करू शकता ते, आणि मग ते झाल्यानंतर खरा चेंज मॅनेजमेंट हा जो प्रकार आहे हा अतिशय व्यवस्थित पूर्ण होऊ शकेल. सगळ्यांनी ऑनलाईन असून सुद्धा खूप मनापासून प्रतिसाद दिला त्याबद्दल मी कृतज्ञ आहे. मला खूप आशा आहे की तुम्ही पहिले चेंज एजंट व्हाल दक्षिण पश्चिम महाराष्ट्रातले, आणि खूप चांगलं काहीतरी तुमच्या हातून घडेल. लोकांना पण आनंद होईल, तुम्हालाही आनंद होईल, आणि आपण सगळे अतिशय आनंदाने या संकटातून बाहेर येऊन पुढे वाटचाल करू लागूया. थँक्यू, थँक्स अ लॉट. तुम्ही सेशन सोडून जाऊ शकता. थँक्यू.